Oh, it's happening. Oh, shoot, it's happening. Y'all, 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 am I giving Candace today or what? Am I giving we have an open relationship tonight or what? Is Shay me? Am I her? Are we them? Oh my gosh. It's happening. New look, new system, new going zones. I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. Y'all, I think I got this whole thing figured out, but bear with me. You know, I got my notes. You know, we're deep diving, and I hope you guys have set aside some time tonight with me for Insecure as we celebrate this immaculate Black ass show with an incredible creator. I can't remember if YouTube took down my season one, episode one dissection. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Insecure was my launching point into developing dissections. So it really does hold a beautiful place in my heart because I went from like TV movie reviews and being like cutesy and stuff like that to really being like, nah, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, what's up? Like, what's up? Please start off this video by subscribing, giving this video a thumbs up. That helps so much with creators like me. I see y'all in the chat. As always, my people are here. Trini Boy with the first comment. What's up? We in here. Throw them hearts up in the chat. You guys know the vibes? Y'all know the vibes and you know the drill, okay? You know the vibes. Let's do it. Thank you, Damien. Thank you to Diasia, who's here. Neat the Supreme, so iconic. Kalubna always here. Mara Sharice, bat. What's goody? Noble B, I ain't see you in forever, baby. What's up, Danielle? Yo, we're gonna have such a good time tonight. I hope y'all set aside time for me because we are reviewing seasons 1 through 4. Get a drink, put your house shoes on, get comfortable because we are talking tonight. We are talking tonight, and there's so much to talk about. Please go ahead and follow me on my social media as well. JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. And you guys, if you ain't know now, you know, baby. I am only dissecting season 5 on Patreon.com. I am only dissecting season 5 on Patreon.com. Don't play with me. Okay? Don't play with me. All right? I've been working hard. I've been doing this. My patron's been holding me down, and I want to give y'all content that's valuable. And as we say bye to season 5, that's where it's going to be. Now, look, everybody ain't got it. All right? And I understand. Everybody ain't got it. So the public will get the video the Thursday. So the new episode comes out Sunday. We're going live on patreon.com/JustLatasha on Monday. General admission that Thursday. That's a big ass gap to be waiting to hear what the hell going on. Okay, if I was you, I would sign up to be a patron right now. Okay, I don't want to waste no more of y'all time because we got a lot to cover tonight. Hello? So let's do it. All right. C. Ray Run said, I'm not going to play with you. I know that's right. Okay. Let's see now. Where do I want to start? I want to start season 1. Duh. Season 1, insecure as fuck. It's the humble beginnings for me. It's the beginning is where it all started, right? The theme of season 1, how different would my life be if I went after what I wanted, right? We have Issa here living this double identity. She lives in a place where there are things she has to do and has to accept, the way she has to present herself to the world versus what she actually wants, right? Then we meet Molly, a realist in everyday life who kind of creates these huge, elaborate fantasies in love and other areas. And I found that the best friends, who is the backbone of the show, they go about life in these complete opposite directions because Issa lives in a fantasy and wants to make those dreams a reality. And Molly is a realist. She's very grounded in reality while forcing her fantasy in unpleasant places. So I liked it. You know what I mean? I liked it. So let's look at the color theory. You guys know what I'm about. Let's look at the color theory because Issa goes for what she wants is in blue, but who she is in yellow. And that right there is the entire color theme of every episode of every season, blue and yellow. Who Issa is in everyday life, yellow, and what she wants in this fantasy world, blue. And that's all just going to keep talking to each other throughout all the characters this entire night, all the seasons, okay? So I really want to drag a girl Issa because I know y'all Issa hype, and I'm sorry, but I got to do it. I got to drag Issa because I know y'all like her. Season 1, Issa is avoidant and dishonest. Okay, I gotta say it how it is. I really just gotta say it how it is. She doesn't communicate her needs and expectations with Lauren. She just kind of puts him in a failure box, tucks him away. Bada boom, bada bing. And even though she's apologized for her actions, you know, that stepping out the little cheat, you forgive her. You'll be all right, Lawrence. Forgive that girl. Even though she's apologized for her actions, she's still never quite addressed or solve the issue, which is she is so deeply unsatisfied. And maybe that's sort of projected onto Lawrence. He's a big reason why she's unsatisfied, but she's unsatisfied overall. He was just something that really helped her to focus on that, right? And being just so deeply unsatisfied leads to her infidelity with Daniel. Let's talk about her with Molly. She misleads Molly into her relationship woes with Daniel. And she's constantly confiding in Molly about the mess and asking her to help clean it up. And this starts in season 1. I don't know if y'all realize this. And this is throughout all the seasons. Molly is a whole ass lawyer. That's like verbatim from her mouth. I'm a whole ass lawyer, bitch. Molly is a whole ass lawyer. She has things to do. Issa calls her in the daytime while Molly is working to help her with her woes. Do you know how rude and inconsiderate that is? Think about that. Like, you're at work. And I mean, you don't have to be a lawyer. You could be a waitress. You could be a mechanic. You could be whatever you are. Having your friend call you about some boy issues while you're working, that's actually a big deal. And Issa does it all the time. So I'm not even sure if Molly feels like she has a choice. I think she's happy to help Issa. I think she makes herself available and it doesn't bother her. But I also don't think she thinks that she has a choice. I also noticed this about Issa. Sorry, this is new. Look at me, y'all. Okay. Issa does not listen to Molly as intentionally as Molly listens to her. Issa is a taker. Like, I mean, remember I said that because we're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle back. Broken pussy. You broken pussy me, we're gonna have a big problem. And that's just it on that. Okay. You broken pussy me, we're gonna have a big problem. Like that was honestly a crazy thing to do, right? Another thing about season 1 Issa. Okay, let's keep it season 1 Issa. Often ill prepared for the opportunities she's asking for. She wasn't satisfied with work. She asked to take more leadership positions. She wanted to make these confused white people understand blackness and what their help should look like. And she tried to lead it for this We Got Y'all initiative. And her boss even called her out and said, I don't even think you have passion. And maybe you should go. Maybe you should not be here. It's okay if you don't want to be here. But Issa fought to stay. Her boss knows that she's not passionate. Issa knows she's not passionate, but she forced herself to stay. I'll just step up. No, it's okay. I'll just step up. And her boss said a quote that I really like. A leader who does not take advice is not a leader. Now, if a white lady ever said something right, it was that. It was that. Okay? It was that. That was great. That was great for me. Okay? Let's move on to Molly, who expects the best, but prepares for and curates the worst. Now, I drag Issa, but you know I'm a drag Molly. I'm a drag Molly. I'm sorry. So she's having all this trouble on dating apps and trying to meet men and really trying to put herself out there. She was super jealous of her assistant, an Asian woman who's getting married to a black man, and she had a big emotional outburst about that. Because why aren't men giving me that kind of love? But here's what I noticed about season 1, Molly. She'll ask for this type of nice guy, meet him, and then sabotage it by finding and obsessing over the flaws. Here's what else she did. She tried to pin and force and impose uninterested men into the position that she wants. What? Huh? And then rejects men who make themselves available to her. So, like, baby, what is it? Because 1 + 1 is equaling 3 right now, and I need to figure it out. Okay, I need to figure it out. Like what? What is happening? You're rejecting the men who make themselves available for what you're asking for. So I got a lot of hot takes tonight. I want y'all to just buckle up, and I want to hear what y'all got to say. Hot take. This first hot take of the night, and this is about more than Molly. Okay, now some people love to remain in mess, because having a solution would no longer center them and make them feel valuable. Like, period. Thank you, Neek, because period. Okay. That's advice. Y'all can take it on, y'all can take it and keep it. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you so much, B. Thank you for the super chat. Love you, boo. Listen, that's it. The mess is your comfort zone. Say that, JR. Say that the mess is your comfort zone. You're going to have to check that. I'm sorry. You're going to have to check that. Now, I did want to talk about something. Let's turn our feelings on. Let's turn our feelings on, because we need to talk about the Bouch. Oh, we need to talk about the Bouch. This item right here is the summary, the history of Issa and Lawrence's relationship. So here's the thing. Season 1, the only thing stable in Issa's life was her friendship with Molly. Everything else was a mess. And the only thing stable in Lawrence's life was Issa. How could you make that work when one person's not even focused on you? That is such a deep imbalance. And these kids didn't even know what was even going on. They didn't even have the language. They didn't even have the awareness of how imbalanced they were. I really want to talk about this cheating. I mean, because we can't skip it. We can't skip it. Let's talk about the cheating. Because so watching a woman cheat, watching a black woman, watching a dark-skinned black woman cheat on TV, that feels shocking, right? That's like, because we're so used to having to perform and having to be perfect and having to serve and be and make everybody comfortable. So watching a black woman just be flawed and make that kind of mistake and ask for forgiveness, when we know we're in a patriarchal society, a woman cheats, your ass to the curb. Men don't do that. But seeing a relationship where we're going to have to like walk that line, and just watching a woman make that kind of mistake, it was so shocking. I believe that it was so shocking that Lawrence's emotional cheating kind of flew under the radar. Like because what Issa did was so big, what Lawrence was doing was like, okay, that's all right, because we're trying to compare the two. But because of that, he automatically got the victim position. Now, what I will say is that Lawrence, just to be fair, he did put up a boundary with Tasha. Okay, something that Issa didn't do. He called a halt to Tasha out of respect for his relationship and his girlfriend Issa. Issa didn't do that. She hopped on that chocolate brown D up in the studio with that whack track in the back. Don't let the couch me. Hope I deserve more than that. If the Henny's flowing at 5 p.m., it might happen, but but both parties of this relationship did not tell the other person about their secret side piece. Y'all was both getting real close to stepping out, okay? Now, but Lawrence did reel it in, which is fair. I guess I'll say that. All right. I guess I'll say that. Thank you, So Iconic. Thank you, baby. Come on, Trini. Elon Knoll is so fine. He's too fine. It's actually really unfair. He's too fine. Okay. Yeah, Daniel cannot look like that and you going home single. Like, it's just, I'm sorry. Like, it's actually Daniel's fault. That's a good point. It is actually Daniel's fault because he's too fine. Seemed like Issa and Lawrence wasn't even emotionally invested in each other at the time. Like, not for real. Issa was tired and Lawrence was in his own head. Depression. I like that you chose the word invested, because there's a comfort level where you guys start to take advantage of each other. And because Lawrence was so comfortable and he was battling depression, yeah, he felt like he didn't need to put in an effort. Sorry, I missed your birthday. Sorry, we're not going out. Sorry, I didn't get the job. And he just expects Issa to be home at night. It was a swift kicking ass when she was stepping out in that green glitter dress. Okay? I like that word invested because that implies that there's effort that's needed. So we're going to go into something else. Let's talk about the finale. The Best Buy shirt, y'all. The Best Buy shirt. Now, I thought it was cool how the dynamics changed at the end, right? Because Molly and Issa in this season argued and made up, and Issa and Lawrence fixed their issues but broke up. Didn't see that coming. That Best Buy shirt hurt. We argued all night on Black Twitter, didn't we? Didn't we almost have it all? We argued good that night, y'all. Okay. Lawrence is gone. Issa's by herself. Her and Molly crying about from the curb, bringing us into season 2. Hella great. The theme for this season is that I love that it's phrased hella great, because that's a real front and ass phrase, right? It's like, I'm okay. No, I'm fine. Are you good? I'm cool. You cool? I'm fine. It really does give that vibe, because the theme for the season is that everybody is outside of the identity that they think they occupy, right? So in this season, we are breaking through the facade. They're aiming for better, but in a messy way. In a real messy way. Let's just call it out together. 1, 2, 3. Due North. Huh? You guys guessed it. Due North. My favorite TV show in this series. It's like my favorite TV show in the TV show of this series. Due North was so damn funny. Regina Hall? That feels wrong. Is it Regina Hall? That feels wrong. Who is it? Regina? I feel like all these Reginas circle around in my head. Who was the beautiful, funny comedian? Okay. It is Regina Hall. Thank y'all. Okay. Now, look, Due North was so damn funny. We still say, I hate slavery. and she goes, Master, why you let her cut you? She only trimmed the tree. I'll let you tend the bush. Sneaking little hand touches with a little white sun watching in the corner. That was the funniest shit I ever seen. I swear on God. That was the funniest thing I ever seen. Get out of here. It was so ridiculous. I loved it so much. Okay. Let's talk about Lawrence. Let's start there. Since you want to leave, let's start with you first. Bring that ass here, boy. Okay. Season 2 is Lawrence's fuckboy season, and we all know it. Okay, we all know it. In the iconic quote by Tasha herself, you a fuckboy, you a fuck nigga who thinks he's a good dude. I follow Miss Tasha on TikTok. She's still funny and fine, y'all. I'm sorry. She's still funny and fine. I may have a preference for her because her name is Tasha. So what? Okay. But she's amazing. So Lawrence is attempting to heal, but through all the wrong outlets, right? Like he slept with Issa on this impulse, I miss you fuck, which was opposite sort of the way he used Tasha in season one while dating Issa, right? So now he's sort of seriously dating Tasha and sleeping with Issa in the back. Like you moving funny. Using Tasha, obviously, confiding in his boys who have no good advice to give him at all, and fucking every non-black woman that would have him. Lawrence got a type, huh? Because that ain't the only season we've seen him on some non-black woman stuff. Like, what's Lawrence's deal? What's his deal? Okay. I really want to talk about Lawrence having to quit Whoop Whoop. I really want to talk about that because him having to quit something he loved was so parallel in him finally realizing that his split from Issa was real. Him quitting the app that he gave so much of his life and foundation to, him having to intentionally quit that was so parallel to the way he had to quit his relationship. And something about that sparked that settling and like, damn, I'm really not with Issa no more, right? So it's starting to hit him, but he's not healing. He's realizing things. Like Kylie Jenner said, I'm realizing things, okay? And he projects all the issues that he's not facing onto anything that resembles an emotionally intimate relationship, right? So we watched him project onto Tasha, which I seen he projects onto Tasha. He dogged Tasha out in a way that seemed to like give him confidence, like she was truly his bounce back. Lawrence broke Tasha in like, wow, the sex wasn't about you when it's like that after the breakup from the old work. Dang, Mary, you had to say it like that? Ooh. Ooh. We watched him project onto Tasha and we watched him project onto Aparna. By the way, this isn't a Aparna Stan account. I'm sorry. I'm obsessed with her. She's cool and like fine and like don't take that. Like, I don't know. This is an Aparna Stan account. Like she left. And I stand women like leaving, like, nah. And quickly. Like, what is there to talk about? You acting crazy, I'm leaving. Because it's not like, I really like that. I really like that. So here's another hot take. Because even though this is an Aparna Stan account, I wonder if Aparna is unhealed as well. And I wonder what if that attracted them to each other. And here's why I say that. Because she dipped at the sight of a red flag. Now, that's me. I'll admit it. That's me. Okay. That's me. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. But in a relationship, which they were in, does it not take communication? Does it not take work? Does it not take patience? And we weren't seeing like Lauren like beating her over the head across a long period of time and she's over it now. I think he said something one other time and it wasn't a thing. And then that moment in the car, she was like, oh, this is a thing and I'm leaving. So I wonder when it comes to Aparna, what happened before Lawrence where she was like, I see it, I'm leaving. Because leaving like that still to me signifies you're not okay still from there. Like you saw something and you like triggered and you're out. Was Lawrence worth putting in the effort for? Maybe she didn't see that. But like, you know what I mean? Like there was no effort for her to see if there was a resolve. She was like, oh, there's a problem, I'm gone. And I think that's powerful. But also we do have to check in when that happens because relationships, y'all are two different people coming in with your own stuff. What's worth working through? I think I've asked that on the grapevine before too. What is worth working through? I think that gets real muddy sometimes. Okay. All right. Oh, we're going to talk about this. You just wait on it. You wait. We are going to talk about this. Thank you, Mara, for reminding the people what they got to do. Season 5 dissection will only be on Patreon. I ain't doing this for general admission. This is it. Okay, if you want to see the full review of season 5, you got to be on patreon.com/JustLatasha. Thank you, Myra. Sharice, for putting that on. Let's talk about Issa. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I call this Issa's struggle season. Let's talk about it, okay? Ho for it, ho for it, ho. Baby, you want your man. Baby, you want your man. And that's facts. Like, you just say that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you want your man. And all this projecting in your whole face, like, you want your man. Let's just say that, okay? Issa lies again. I'm not letting her slide because I like to let her slide. Issa lies again and ropes Molly into a house party so she can lure Lawrence here under the guise of a jury duty mail that he must get right now and tonight. Baby, that's conniving and manipulative. Can we call a thing a thing? Are we allowed to call a thing a thing? She's a cute, quirky, fun, amazing, conniving, manipulative liar. That's Issa D, y'all. Let's just say it. Let's just say it, okay? But he doesn't show up. And this happens. She got this instead, okay? Now, if we have the couch in the house, but the man is not home to sit on it with you, we have this fire leaving a wound there instead, a physical embodiment of a wound, right? And here's what's so, that fire, here's what's really heartbreaking. That fire is in the same place where Lawrence was wounded. I can't do this, y'all. I can't do this. The fire created a wound where he used to be wounded. The director is slick, okay? The director, you real slick for that. You snuck that in there. And you made my emotions do the thing, okay? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do me like that, y'all. Do not do me like that, okay? So Issa at this point is having trouble connecting with new men. Issa at this point is having trouble connecting with new men, okay? She's trying to do this online dating. That's gross. And she's spinning the block to Daniel. What up, X? What up, Elon? Ooh, what up? My opinion, I don't think Daniel should have apologized for nothing in her face. That was ridiculous. Are you kidding? He said, did you not know what the big bow was going to be? Are you new? Are you new here? Do you go here? What did I have? Shit. Like, what did you think was going to happen at the end? So anyway, I just think this is just a form of projecting because she's really fighting for value in romance somewhere. And she equated being nutted in her eye as he doesn't respect and he does not value her. So it was this overreaction, right? Huge reaction. He ain't do nothing wrong. Okay? That was your part to play. Y'all said it earlier about Aparna. I want to bring it back. My other hot take is I don't think Aparna had a place to go to Derek's birthday party. It made it worse that it was a dinner, but I don't think you really you shouldn't have been there. And you invited yourself like it's for him. Like, that was weird as hell. That was weird as hell. And she also had no business breaking up Lawrence and Issa's fight. Like, you just got here. You don't even know what's going on. And she came out with that, hey, ma'am, move. Move. Okay. Okay. Move, Aparna. Don't do that. And so with all these wounds and all this motion, Issa destroys the place. Also, this is very much a fuck Frida account. I don't know why I don't like her. I don't know why I don't like Frida. Yes, I do. First of all, baby, you're white. You don't get to yell at a marginalized person for not correcting marginalized issues. That's literally your job. We're all in this position because of you and yours. And you were like, I'm just really disappointed in you. Blazer twin. I'll burn this whole shit down. Don't do me. You're white. You clean it up. Okay? You clean it up. I've been off Frida for years. I can't. I really can't. Like, I've been off Frida for years. Let's get into Molly for season 2. Her fucking up season. I just got to summarize it that way. This is her fucking up season. Molly says this about like some guy that she's dating. She's like, I'm not really into him. It just seems like he's just checking off the boxes. I want to go with the flow. And accountability Issa says, that sound like you. Ooh. Gagged. Okay? This is Molly's should season, where Molly is living in expectations and not reality. The same hoe she was since season 1. Okay? And living in expectations and not what's currently happening is a constant feed of disappointment. All right? It's a constant feed of disappointment. She also, again, is vehemently rejecting the very things that she's asking for. First of all, Lil Rel Howery came in for a little quick 2 episodes playing Quentin. He's a cool black lawyer from Chicago. They vibe and they get each other's jokes. He thinks she's beautiful and cute. He's cool as hell. And after she slept with him, she rejected him because it's just like, he's just not right. And like, okay, fair, right? Fair. Like, you don't have to force yourself to like somebody that you don't like. But really think about why you don't like this person. I think in the season was because of his looks, right? Which, fair. Like, if he's not your style, then he's not your style. But also be open to more stuff. I don't remember the name of the character that Sterling K. Brown played. But he was a moment for Molly, and he comes in and he wants to settle down and he wants to be married. He's a good man. And she chooses to be Dro's side piece. And she chooses Dro in hopes that he would prioritize her over his marriage. Baby, it's given delusion. Like, where are we? It's given delusion. Huh? It really is given delusion. Okay? To be fair as well, her and Dro had a vibe that her and Sterling did not. And chemistry is important. But why are you rejecting Sterling K. Brown? Why are you rejecting him? Okay. Hot take. I'm going to jump into the comments on this one. Hot take. So she rejects someone who Issa says, that's just like you. She rejects someone who Issa says, that's just like you. Hot take. Does Molly not like herself? Real question. Does she prefer being in a space of disappointment because being happy is scary? I don't know who that's for. I don't know who that's for. It was rude. She didn't remember what he did. That was hella rude. But bringing him to like an intimate event with your family. For what? For what? Okay? For what? For what? Is this from Waiting to Exhale? Like, for what? Oh, Rose Kush. I heard that. I heard that. Yes, and I think she feels like she's missing out on something when she does become happy. Some people, what you said in the beginning, was it Trini? JR? Some people just get comfortable in that mess. You so comfortable in that mess. Being happy is scary. Being happy is scary. Season 2 got hella unanswered questions for me. We just gonna drop these and go. Tiffany and Derek separated for half a year. Derek was in a hotel. What happened? We're like, we're never gonna touch base on that. Okay, cool. Molly asked Lawrence if he'd ever take Issa back, and the scene cuts off. We don't ever get Lawrence's answer. And without seeing the answer, Molly reported back to Issa that, yeah, girl, Lawrence said he's done. I'm sorry. Hold that thought. We'll be back. Put a pin in that. We'll be back. The Bouch, something I missed. Okay. So in season 1, with Issa and Lawrence, the Bouch was exchanged from yellow, outside to the curb, to a new blue one, right? Yellow, that everyday old normal life, to a blue one, new journeys, new dreams, new goals, right? And their relationship ended. In season 2, Issa gives Lawrence the Bouch. And I feel like that was so symbolic, because Issa spent all this time kind of feeling her feelings, kind of being messy about it, trying to figure things out. But she was trying to figure things out. Lawrence was just outside. So that moment when Issa transfers the Bouch to Lawrence, it was sort of like passing the baton, like, it's okay to start facing this now. Once he received the Bouch, it was like that click where he started to attend to how the end of that relationship is affecting him. Okay? And that moment of closure at the end was that, the finale, y'all. This moment of closure, this is quite literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Ooh! Ooh! Quite literally the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. My God. Okay? Issa in blue, she's on to something new. Lawrence in yellow, because something about this, he got stuck, right? Something here, he got stuck. Issa accepts the new blue, and Lawrence stays in his regular, normal feelings, the old feelings. He's kind of glowing in yellow, right? And we also enter this fantasy where Issa wishes it were different with Lawrence, right? And that little sequence, it mirrors the finale of season 1. Because in season 1, she walks in, saw his keys on the counter, and assumes he was home, but goes in and sees the Best Buy shirt. And here she walks in, puts her keys on the counter, and sees him standing there. Best Buy shirt, who, Daddy? Best Buy shirt, who, Daddy? And of course, the blue representing the dream she wishes she had. She was supposed to be the one with his child. It was supposed to be her. This is her dream. Is y'all crying yet? Because I'm emotional as hell. Is y'all crying yet? Is y'all crying yet? Oh my God. I think Daniel Caesar played. Oh my God. Back when we thought Daniel Caesar held down Black women. Yeah. Yeah. I mean. Shall we? Let's move on. Season 3. Y'all still with me? Season 3. Better like. Theme. Season 3. Know better, do better. Okay? Bloop. Blap. Boom. I didn't break your vase. Where Molly and Issa are attempting to establish boundaries and make better choices. And Molly is trying to establish boundaries with Dro. And Issa attempts to establish boundaries with Daniel since she moved out of the dunes and started to sleep on his couch. Now, this is integral to her journey in this season because she's without a Bouch and she is without the bathroom mirror. Okay, these are 2 foundations of her identity that she's now without. Okay, and we need to clarify what is better. What is better? Let's start with Issa. Okay, let's start with Issa. So, when it comes to Molly, Issa, third time's a charm, imposes on Molly. She starts every season with this. Imposes on Molly, who has her own plans. But girl, come on, I need to do the party lift. Come with me. I'll get you to your spot, but come. And Molly, of course, obliges. She comes to the party lift. So Issa can avoid Daniel having a rendezvous with his little biracial queen down to the mattress, okay? When it comes to Daniel, she's establishing this boundary. Look, we live together. We ain't having sex, right? That's messy, okay? But that gets more challenging and more tempting as they deepen their emotional intimacy. Y'all got history. He's fine as hell. Y'all like each other. You remember that what that dick do. And y'all actually becoming friends. I don't know about y'all. I can't do romance first. It got to be friends first. So if you're my friend like that and you look like that, I don't know. I might have lost the gamble. And he might have got me. And here's the thing that really gets Daniel is that he actually never got closure with Issa. This show is from Issa's point of view, Issa's life or whatever. So when Daniel disappears, out of sight, out of mind, but he actually never got closure. The last thing you heard from her is, you an itch I need to scratch. And then she kind of bounces in as a friend and bounces out and bounces in and as a lover and bounces out. Daniel's confused as hell, justifiably. Okay? Justifiably. All right? And they don't sleep together until her next spot is lined up. Because now I don't have to be up under you while we kind of do this. But she still calls it off. They're good as friends. And if they're so good as friends, why be messy? Know better, do better. Why? If we good, can we just like chill, right? That was smart. That was smart. Because even when it's what you want, is it the best decision? Let's talk about her job. Uh-oh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. How do he say it? How does he say it? What up? Thank you. Patreon only. Thank you. Okay. Let's talk about Issa's job. Because at this point, we got y'all ain't it. And the community is complaining about how whack they are, right? They're not doing well in schools. People are not liking the white hand holding the black children. The name is whack. Joanna's office is whack. Frida's whack. Her new haircut, whack. So in season 1, Issa's boss noticed that she wasn't passionate and maybe you should just go. In season 3, she's ready to do something about it. A lot of y'all get stuck here. A lot of y'all get stuck here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Natalie. And congrats. Congrats to you. Blessings to you. Real. It's okay. Come on in. I can't tell y'all how thrilling it was to watch her quit her job. That was shocking for TV purposes because the characters got to be in the same place and space all the time. I mean, for 10, 12 seasons. So to watch her season 3 just take the show and shift it like that, that was the most real and incredible thing. And I love a show that keeps you on your toes and makes it unpredictable. That's life. That is life. And that was the shift, right? That was the shift. And at that moment, she's more prepared for areas all around because she finally got up on her 2 feet and made a decision to get that fantasy she's always talking about. A lot of people get stuck complaining, and that's as far as they'll go. She looked up at Frida and said, I think I'm done here. I can't wait for my turn, girl. I cannot wait. So mid-season, enter Nathan. And I want to talk about this for a second. Mid-season, enter Mr. Southern Drawl, Nathan. Oh, like molasses. Okay? Like molasses. Issa tries on a new identity, right? We see her in blue. She's on a new journey. She's honest and going after new opportunities, right? Nathan in green. He is the new blue, but would also become her new normal, yellow. And so when you have blue and yellow, you get green. He's a new option, but he's going to be here to stay for a while. And Issa, unlike season 2, she's not forcing dating, right? But she's allowing things to match the woman that she's becoming. And the thing about having a new identity is that it don't always fit the first time you put it on. You gotta get in it. You gotta wear it till you gotta break it in, right? You gotta suit up. It don't always fit the first time you try it on. And so when Issa quits her job, she realizes that she's in over her head, trying to do this sort of Coachella event, but for Black people and in Inglewood, LA, and she gets scared and she gets cold feet and she doesn't know what to do, but she knows what is safe. And she goes and interviews for the Beat Crew 2.0. We got y'all. A lot of us do that too. I'm very guilty of this. I remember the first time I tried to just up and quit my job and be a creative, baby, I done got scared and went right back to, I said, let me go be a waitress again. She got scared and tried to go back to what she used to be. And here's about things like this. Because when you find your alignment, everything, the universe, God, the ancestors, the spirit guides, the angels, whoever you want to call on, they're going to keep you there. You're not allowed to go backwards. And it was a blessing in disguise. She doesn't get the job. They don't call her. She don't get it. You got to figure it out now. You decided to step into your new body, your new identity, your new journey. Go ahead. Go. That's the thing about alignment, y'all. Sometimes it's going to choose. It's going to make the choice for you. Okay? She didn't get the job. Let's talk about Molly. Let's talk about Molly. Really? Really? Oh, no. Really? Huh? Oh. 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 Once she decided to be truthful with Nathan on their date, she was truthful with herself about the job. Yes. Yes. It's like that Black lady clapping for a Marion. Yes. Woo. Mara, what? Let's talk about Molly. When it comes to Joe, she's trying her best to resist emotional intimacy with this man, but she has such weak boundaries with her best friend Drew. She has such weak boundaries, and Joe continues to impose herself on her space and her rules until it comes to a head and they no longer speak. Enter Andrew, aka Asian Bae. Okay, Asian Bae, sir. And I forgot he talks like crikeys. I forgot. I sound a mess. Aussie is one thing I cannot do. I sound a damn mess. I cannot, okay? So here's what I wanted to come back to. Molly meets Andrew, aka Asian Bae, and Issa convinced her, just try it. Date outside your race. Do the unknown. Do something that you're not used to. Go for it. Go. Right? And when Molly does, she takes the advice of Issa and dates Andrew. Issa imposes on their relationship to frantically look for Nathan, who ghosts her. Issa imposes on Molly's burgeoning relationship with Andrew to hunt down Nathan, who ghosts her. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hot. Give me a second. Oh, Lord. Not me under this ring light, Jesus. Okay. So again, I want to tell y'all. It is evident, especially by this season, that Issa does not listen to or help Molly nearly as much as Molly does her. Every time Molly is like, I have a problem, I don't know what's going to do, Issa hits her with the, you be all right. I hate a friend like that. Oh, I hate a friend like that so bad. You'll be all right. Versus Molly, what you need me to do? What we doing? Where we about to be at? What's up? And Molly, let's bring it on home. Molly is so used to being intertwined in Issa's life that she saw no wrongdoing in stopping Nathan from returning and bothering Issa, especially on her birthday. I'm gonna step up because this is my girl, and I already know what she needs. Because Molly is so used and conditioned to cleaning up Issa's mess. This is from season 1, y'all. This is from season 1, y'all. Okay. But when Molly steps in and stops Nathan from seeing Issa, that's Issa's boundary. What are you doing? No one asked you to do that. Why are you in my business? Oh, ma'am, I will slap you in the teeth. I will slap you in the teeth. What up, boo? Am I the only one that want nobody for Issa? Like, if I have to choose, I'll choose the Latino guy in season 2. And for Molly, I think she needs someone with more assertiveness than Andrew. Was it that Andrew wasn't assertive? Maybe Molly do need somebody to just yoke her up a little bit. Don't put your hands on your partner, y'all. Don't do that. Okay? So here's my issue with Issa's issue with Molly. Now you all up in arms when she is stopping Nathan from coming to see you, because this is precisely what you asked her to do when it came to Lawrence. Baby, this is precisely what you asked her to do when it came. Go and ask him if he want me back. Go find him and go. You wanted her meddling in your stuff. And you asked her to do that with someone who played a much bigger role in your life. Nathan is just a percentage of what Lawrence was. So you asked her to go be Dr. Detective. Dr. Detective is not a thing with Lawrence, but when it comes to Nathan, you want to do it by yourself. Baby, is we Uchiwali, is we one Mike? Is it Uchiwali or is it one Mike? Issa was definitely a user, but Molly should have communicated her issues with Issa. Issa is avoidant. Since season 1, that is not what Issa does. She is very avoidant. Okay. Noble B. Molly enjoys the drama. She lives for drama. She needs a little bit of toxicity in her love life, it seems. Okay. All right. Here's my hot take. I want to wrap it and bring it in. Here's my hot take. We never saw Lawrence answer Molly's question if he would ever take Issa back. We never saw Lawrence's answer. Here is my wild hypothesis. And the writers don't be fucking with none of our guesses, okay? They'd be like, we ain't write that. That's period. I don't believe you. I'm sorry. Here's my hot take. We never saw Lawrence answer Molly's question if he would ever take Issa back. What if, like she did with Nathan, curated Lawrence not returning? Because she knew what would be best for Issa at the time. Would it have been more messy and more hurtful if he came back and y'all got to do a lot? Like, what if you needed time by yourself to figure it? I don't know, because the way Molly be deciding for Issa, it's just a wild. That's my wild guess. Probably very untrue. Probably very untrue, but they don't want to hear the truth, Simone. They do not want to hear the truth, Simone. I'm sorry. That's just my wild guess. Like, I just I just threw it out there just to see how it feels. I don't know. I don't know. Kristen, I've been calling Molly a Virgo since last year, season 4. I've been calling Molly a Virgo since season 4. If y'all can see the logo on this video right now, I am only dissecting season 5 on patreon.com/JustLatasha. If you are not a patron, you're going to miss the entire season breakdown. Okay? Okay. She is a Virgo, and I'm going to get deeper. I'm going to get into it right now. Okay, but real quick. So Molly at her job, okay? She's at a black firm after her white one didn't value her. But she enters this new space full of complaints and, of course, comparing it and obsessing about her past and what she used to have. Okay? She's comparing this new space to something that didn't make her happy. I used to be an avid doer of this very pattern. I'd be so unhappy, and then I get to somewhere else and I'd be like, okay, it's not like my last spot. It's not like my last. And I think because another wild hypothesis, I think because earth signs do not like risk and we do not like change and we like to settle and stay, even when it sucks, we just get comfortable in the mess, right? And so because we're so uncomfortable with risk and change and a sudden newness, we're trying to just hold on and relate to something old just because that's more familiar and more comfortable, even when it sucked. And that's precisely what she is doing here, right? And one of you guys mentioned Torian here, this competition she kind of created with Torian, where she still feels unvalued here and unvalued in this black firm. Is it the competition with Torian? Is she trying to be liked? What is this big projection? What is this whole thing? And this is why I thoroughly believe that she is absolutely a Virgo. We are the worst. I'm sorry to everyone who has to know us. We are truly the worst, okay? She hates being critiqued, seen, judged, viewed as imperfect. She hates her flaws being noticed and called out, but gives it. But gives it easily. Easily. This is obviously the season of the iconic Coachella episode. Remember me different. Okay. I love movies and TV shows with black girls doing drugs. I'm sorry. I think it's a fun, let loose, let your guard down, see you in a different element. And this is not a whole like, well, white people do it. I don't care what white people do. But I do think it's fun seeing black people just kind of be messy and be flawed and be stupid and go out of your mind. I like it. Okay? This is the perfect reason for Issa to let go and explore what actually pleases her. And of course, down to the 7-Eleven, the return of Lawrence. So let's talk about the men. What I say about calling out my flaws, Kristen, see? You don't listen. That's us. Sorry. Ooh. Okay, let's talk about the men. And I want to talk about Daniel before we say goodbye to him, right? Didn't we say goodbye to him in season 3? Bye, Daniel. She said bye, Daniel, in season 2, but we do say goodbye to him as a character, I believe, in season 3. Daniel had too much pride to be successful in anything. He had this thing where he was like fronting his pride, right? Because the theme is being outside of the identity that you think you occupy. So I think he's projecting pride, but really there was a really deep fear that Daniel had in all areas of his life where he really feels like he isn't important and he's trying so hard to be the guy. And he's misappropriating his value everywhere, right? He's trying so hard to be important in music. He had a hookup, he had a plug, he had an opportunity, and he steps on the toes of the plug trying to be the guy. Ruined his opportunity. You and Issa were sex buddies, friends, but now you're trying to figure out her feelings, and you want to be more intimate than necessary. But y'all wasn't founded on that. Season 1, you was sitting in her car talking about, I ain't even looking for and now where you at? Where's your emotions for me? Like, what are you talking about? Where are my emotions for you? What? What? And even when he had that sex buddy, that biracial queen, she didn't listen to his feelings. She didn't validate him. She obviously didn't want him around. He was trying so hard to be important to her and he wanted her to make him feel so. Bye, Daniel. He fine, but he would have got on my nerves. I ain't even gonna lie. A man like that who's constantly like asking for prayer, like I hate that. Okay, I hate it. You're an itch I needed to scratch. Fuck you, Daniel. Let's talk about Nathan. What a deep character. Let's talk about Nathan. When they first meet, when they get into that pool in Issa's old house, Issa points out a scar on his shoulder, right? This character, in so many ways that ends up revealed much later, enters her life wounded. Enters it wounded, right? He's vague as hell about his home. He's vague about why he's in LA. He don't even know what his future is about to do. Okay? So here's what I saw. Here's what I saw when she brought him home that night. Look at this big void in her house. Look at that huge void in her home. And I think that darkness means so much, right? Because I think about Issa's past and how that still haunts her. She was so honest with Nathan about everything else, but when it came to Lauren, she couldn't speak about it. Right? She isn't ready to talk about that yet. That big past glaring at her. It's also a void on Nathan's past. Who is this guy? And it also, I believe, foreshadows his future with Issa. Just as quick as he came is as quick as he's gone. Let me show y'all something else. Since y'all want to play. The day Nathan admits he likes Issa was the last time he saw him. And what color is Issa wearing? She is wearing that hurt, pained, wounded red, y'all. She's wearing that passionate red, y'all. I like you. I like you too. This is the last time he saw him. Passing his wound right to her. Niggas ain't shit. So the return of Lawrence, who returns wounded. Oh no. Am I on the wrong picture? I think I am. That was the wrong picture. He returns wounded when he meets her in the 7-Eleven. He's got this this pink shirt on, and he's got chlamydia, and he's been sleeping with all these non-Black women again. But at Tiffany's baby shower, okay, this is what I wanted to show you. At Tiffany's baby shower, they both match. They're both in yellow. They got that old vibe, that home feeling, that everyday normal life. We fit each other because you are my normal. You are my everyday. You are my normal. But y'all, guess who else was in yellow? Bam, bow. It's giving three-way. It's giving three-way love. Okay, all three of them showed up in yellow. I'm sorry. And it's not lost on me that Lawrence and Condola started with the baby and ended with. We ain't there yet. We're not there yet. I'm sorry. Here's another gag. both pretty in pink. Candace and Molly sharing the same wound, sharing the same passion for the same man. Well, Candace, I don't believe is wounded. She's cool with this. She don't care. Molly's hurt. And Candace with a baby. Guys, whoa. Is your head spinning? Now, why I gotta do that? Why I gotta do that? Zola. Nathaniel had so much uncertainty, but his diagnosis was definite. He tried to escape parts of his life, but he couldn't escape himself. Kristen! Wow! With the dissection, Kristen. Period. Exactly. Period. Okay? Period. Y'all, it's messy. This was a good season. It was messy. Okay. It was messy. So let's talk about the season 3 finale before we get into the last and final season, season 4. The season finale, season 3. Pay attention. Issa, Lawrence, and Condola were all at the Last Dragon movie screening. They were all there. Issa's birthday. Her and Lawrence crack a cute joke. They know each other's jokes from the old days, right? Now, Issa that night met Condola because she's like, how did you do this event? This is incredible. I need help with mine. Do you mind if we collab? Yes. Boom, bap, bat. Here's my hot take. Here's my hot take. I think that night, that was the night that Lawrence bagged Condola. Because we didn't see Condola and Lawrence interact, but y'all was all in the same space, same place, same bodies, baby. I feel there's an effort to your manliness, but I'm afraid. Y'all don't know that song. Y'all too young. We don't see Condola and Lawrence interact, but go and watch the episode. Go and watch the episode. Because Issa's in blue. She's on to the news. She said, I think I'm over him. I think I'm over him. She's wearing blue and red. Condola and Lawrence are both in green. Issa got kicked out of the triple throuple. She's removed from the throuple. Okay? I think that was the night they chose each other. And again, they're both in green because they're new to each other, blue, but they will become each other's new normal, yellow. So that night they were both in green. I think that was the night they were like, what's up? Issa did it? The hell? Now, we didn't have to. We didn't have to. Okay. Okay. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What did Condola even do? She just showed up and these people were bothering her. That's my thing. We're gonna talk about it in season 4. That's my thing. Okay. Condola just showed up and y'all was really bothering her. Okay, if you guys are not patrons at this point, you will not be getting the review of season 5. I am only hosting this very live show for Patreon only every Monday night, right after the new episode of Insecure. Insecure is back next Sunday, October 24th. We will be live on Monday right here, but only for my patrons. General admission, you guys will get the live video replay on Thursday. Yes. I'm so excited. I am so excited. So that was my hot take, okay? Now, really, all the way at the end, that little tag scene at the end where we do see Condola and Lawrence go on their first date, they are dressed in black and white, which becomes their color pairing for season 4. Every time you see black and white, please know that is Condola in relation to Lawrence, but that is Condola, okay? And of course, we have that closure scene where Issa holds Nathan accountable, but ultimately, my favorite ending, chooses her damn self. Okay, got that apartment cleaned up the boxes, hung up those pictures, smoked a little weed, got real comfortable, and that's it. Fade out. Incredible. I'm saying y'all bothered her if you want to be honest, the both of you. And I'm going to break down why. The both of you. Okay, y'all bothering her. It's time. Season 4, we've made it to our final season review, our wrap up, our breakdown before we start dissecting season 5 next week. I'm hella excited. Season 4, low key Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling. I haven't seen Beyonce. I need to inject Beyonce into my veins. Okay. Low key feeling myself theme. What if we did things differently? What if? And that includes both the past and the present. We open up with a dead LA where Issa says, I don't fuck with Molly no more. As we're watching the TV show Looking for Latoya, which is explaining the mysterious death of a black girl named Latoya. And I feel like this TV show has so many parallels for the characters, but even I couldn't find all of them. But I know this TV show resonates so much heavier with what was happening in the characters' lives and what was happening with the death of Latoya. Yes, it was like comedic relief, but also like a dead black girl. Something about this TV show felt so much heavier, like more than just funny. And it was laugh out loud funny. But I'm just, thank you, Noble B. I'm just, because here's why, right? The news anchor's name was Rose Cranberry. Those are two red items. Now, red can mean danger, pain, wounded. It can mean passion. It can mean love. But when you have this dead black girl and people aren't seriously and intentionally looking for her, and you got these two red items, I was like, something here feels heavy. It feels heavy. Okay. I don't know. So I wanted to think about how that parallels with the other characters. So let's get into some color theory, as we do around here. Let's get into some color theory. Issa is in yellow paired with green, right? This is her new normal life, right? She's this is the new identity. This is her new journey. But being that this is her identity that she's settled in now, this is normal for her, even though it is a new journey. So you have the yellow and you have the green, okay? And of course, you have that Condola and her signature black and white. She's analytical, she's logical, she's very straightforward, she's very honest. And every time we see these two women, they have the color red or these red roses that exist between them. And it's happened in a few scenes with them, right? That they'll share a wound, they'll share a romantic passion. And I'm thinking about really like this dead black girl, this sort of haunting, dead, missing black girl in the background that kind of haunts the season of the show. So usually like flowers could represent like growth and birth and renewal and all of that. But we also lay them down when a loved one dies. So what is going to be born and what is going to come to an end, and where do we lay these flowers? And so when Condola and Issa discover that Lawrence is the shared wound, Condola actually says this line at their first event mixer, which was a hint for how it's going to happen moving forward, right? At their first event where they're fronting and they're being weird and they're clashing into each other and they're so awkward together, Condola says, maybe we should separate. Like, yeah, I'll take that side, you take this side. Maybe we should separate. And separate they did, huh? Huh? When you ghosted her? We're not there yet. I have a wild hypothesis about the color white. A real wild hypothesis about the color white. I feel like white, because it was really prominent in some scenes throughout all the seasons, but especially this season, I feel like white was like this distraction color, like this fronting color. Okay? Like you're not being real somewhere. Because here's what happened when I did see the color white, especially like in the launching of season 4. Molly sees that Issa is in this hyper-focused, self-pleasing, grind mode season of her life, right? But conversely, Molly is not feeling like that at all. She's actually very deeply unsatisfied with so much. Her job is not cool. She's still kind of floating around with Andrew. It don't feel good, right? And then boom, she's on a date with Andrew. And she's wearing white. And they seem fun and into each other, and they're cracking jokes and they're kissing. But you just said how deeply unsatisfied you are, and then boom, we're happy and on a date. It's not giving for me, baby. It's not giving for me, baby. Okay. Condola, who's often in black and white, okay? She, I believe, is a distraction for Lawrence because he's still not doing the work of facing his heartbreak. He's still just going forward and holding it in and not really attending to, right? And here's the thing, if you guys want to revisit the season, notice this. Because remember, Issa at the end of season 2 gave Lawrence the pouch that they used to share. It's in Lawrence's house. So when we see Condola and Lawrence together in his home, she never sits on it. She never touches it. Because, baby, that's Issa's space. He's bringing this baggage along. He's just bringing it with him, okay? She's in his bed. She's standing up and talking by the door. She doesn't touch the pouch. I thought that was really cool. Okay? And when Lawrence does have Condola in the home, she's in white. He's in red. You're just a distraction. I'm actually really in pain. I can't attend to that, so I'm just going to pretend to love you right now. These rebounding ass niggas, like, what the hell? What the hell? Oh, this is a hot take. This is a hot take. You be knowing, because I was going to save it. She don't sit on it till the end, till they gotta, yeah. That's because that's Issa's space, okay? So let's talk about the color red real quick, because it happens with Issa and Molly. Happens with Issa and Molly. I noticed that Molly's in this red, pink when Issa is speaking about her event that she's excited about and it's going well. And it happens early in the episodes, probably episode 1. And people were saying last year that, oh, Molly's hating on Issa because Issa's growing and stepping her game up and Molly's just a hater. I don't think so. I think that was a really unfair thing to say. I have a whole thing about why people went so hard on Molly and light on Issa. We don't have the time. But here's the thing I feel like the things about the colors in this season were people's projections, and not like what the colors they were wearing didn't necessarily reflect them, but reflected how the person looking at them felt. I think that was foreshadowing that Molly would end up being a wound to Issa concerning this event, right? I was like, why is Molly in red and pink when Issa's like so excited about this event, but she's being helpful, she's being attentive, she's being X, Y, and Z. But Molly, here's the thing about old friends, they don't always understand your new identity. So this is very real to Issa, but Molly's like, I know Issa, she's a clumsy, ill-prepared, messy friend. You're gonna throw this big block party with Ty Dolla $ign. Okay, girl. So I think that might have also been the pink and the red. Like, I hear you, but I'll believe it when I see it. And let's not front. That's fair. Okay. Let's not front. That is very fair. I don't think Molly is a hater. It's all about miscommunication between the two of them. Oh, thank you, Simone. Thank you. She called her fundraising event Homegirl. So I really wanted to think about that. And also when it comes to this block party that Issa is going to do, Issa is also a wound for Molly because this would down the line affect Molly, as it has been for 3 seasons, now on 4 seasons. This is the first season. Let me check my notes, bitch. This is the first season out of 4 that Issa didn't impose her problems on Molly. I'm just realizing that. She started the season with Condola and not Molly. It's giving growth. I'm just realizing that. Okay, bitch. Uh-oh, we got a personal story here. I identify with that so much. That's why I was so mad at Molly, because my friend does that to me, just waiting for me to fail. We're going to circle back, because this is not a one-sided view here with the friends, and we're going to circle back, but I'm so sorry you went through that. I had it too. You ain't special. I had it too. Okay, so let's talk about Issa. So Issa's idea this time around is that she's essentially choosing better for the long game, right? Versus Molly, who's sitting here making these big, impulsive, rash decisions. Issa's like, yes, this is messy. Yes, this is not ideal, but eventually this is my goal. That's this far away. And I'm just going to handle it different now, okay? And it's hard. It's hard being in a new identity, trying to be a boss, trying to do something new. And Issa becomes so consumed in her new goal that she lacks care in all of her other accents, tenets, relationships, right? And that's the struggle of having a new identity and a new journey. She's forgetting to tend to her building residence. Her and Molly are falling off. And by the way, I will fight to this day. That was Issa's parking spot. And she and Condola are getting weird. They're getting a bit disconnected, which is not quite Issa's fault, but it's just something that happens, okay? Let's talk about when it comes to Lawrence. Ugh. Now, in season 2 finale, she dreamed of Lawrence being the father to her child. So when she's in Tiffany and Derek's house, she sees the potential. You got potential. You. That potential will fuck up a lot of us, okay? She sees it. Look at him with the baby stuff. I'm sorry, because that you were supposed to be that with me. You was being weird to me. The hell? So this wasn't the present, but the potential of what they could be if they worked out. And the struggle of so many relationships, in friendships and in romantic relationships, when y'all grow, you have to check in with each other. Does this person that I'm growing into still match the person that you still may be or are growing into? You have to do that check-in to see if you still match. You ain't, hopefully, going to be the same person that you are in 5, 10, 20, 25 years, right? So who even is this man that she's looking at right now? Who even is he? She has no idea. So with that view, that quick little view, she kind of fell for the what ifs and the dream. We see here Lawrence is in blue, right? That dream fantasy blue. It looks real dark on my computer, but it's blue. Okay. And I don't think Issa did that with Lawrence. She never checked in with his new identity, but she's just kind of, if that's my man, we could be, and she sees it, okay? And this is opposite for Lawrence, who actually wants to get to know Issa in this reality. Because what if you didn't cheat? Who are you now? If you didn't cheat, would I be with you? Would this work? Not who you're going to be, what you could be, how you could fit. The woman that I see right here and now, if you didn't cheat, would I have you today? Let's go on to Molly. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We're going to talk about it. I'm saving Lawrence for last. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. You can tell Molly was stuck on her old perception of Issa based on how she spoke about Issa in her absence. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk. We'll get there, you guys. We'll get there, you guys. Okay, let's talk about Molly. Two of a kind will be damn fine. I made that up. But like Issa, Molly is a terrible communicator. Okay, she's a terrible communicator. But with this new relationship with Andrew, demands him to be emotionally open, transparent, and vulnerable. In order to get, you gotta give. Like what? What? And she was upset with Issa for agreeing with Andrew. You always seem to have an issue. It's always something with you. Like, damn, do you want to be happy? That triggered her. That got Molly real good. She ain't like that. That got Molly real good. Damn, do you want to be happy? You always got an issue. Issa and Andrew agree, Molly. Okay? Now, is this different? Because y'all was on Molly's head last season. I ain't forget. Is this different than when Molly told Issa in the beginning of season 4 regarding Condola? Isn't this messy? It seems like you want drama. Okay, so now y'all both mad. Because technically, okay, let me do this. Because now y'all both mad, okay? Here's my hot take. Got another hot take. Issa is making strides to do things differently than she used to. Okay, she does have a new mindset. She does have a new journey. She does have a new goal, okay? Molly, early in the season, is still the same person. And like y'all just said, at this point, she hasn't accepted or acknowledged Issa's new identity. She still thinks you're the old friend that I knew from way back when, down to the Crenshaw. Okay? Issa is different. We can see it. Issa can see it. Molly don't quite believe it yet. Yeah, I don't like to hear it, but it's fair. Sorry, it's fair. Okay? So the thing is, Issa is doing something old. Lawrence, she is doing something old, but she's doing it in a new way. She's not putting Lawrence in a failure box. She's not putting Lawrence in an old thing box. She's like, can I rediscover this man? Okay? Because here's what Molly is essentially doing. I've said it here on tonight's review. In every season, we open up each season 1, 2, and 3 with Issa imposing on Molly and Molly being demanded to clean up Issa's mess. So now we're on season 4. This is a pattern. This is a historic pattern. And I said this when I dissected last season. This is a historic pattern. So forgive me, aka Molly. Forgive Molly for not buying it yet. I don't buy it yet because I know you. And you're going to mess it up. And when you do, who has to? So Molly just wants to skip this. How about you don't be messy? How about you don't do the drama? How about you don't do the thing that you're going to screw up because I don't even feel like helping you this time. I'm tired. How about we just choose different? And that's not registering to Issa. So the gag is they're both right, okay? Issa was actually right to continue with Condola for the sake of her goal. And Molly was actually right in pressing Andrew to open up because he was like, yo, if we're going to do this, maybe I should open up. And he did. Thank you. Thank you for putting pressure on me. No one's ever did that before. So now y'all both just not getting each other. Y'all didn't check in with that new identity. Y'all both just not getting each other. Y'all off. Okay? Period. Okay? Period. But Issa also made the declaration that she wanted to be different. And even Molly agreed season 3, but Molly didn't want to accept it. We didn't really start seeing that different until about now. You can say what you want to say. You can say what you want to say all the time. I want to see it. Issa's just starting to show it, right? This is the first time she doesn't start the season with Molly and imposing on Molly. Okay? No, I think Issa was just trying to make the best of an effed up situation with Condola. Molly is stubborn, and I don't think she sees Issa as an equal. Ooh. Molly was definitely dubbed the mom friend, and now she's doing what moms do, waiting to clean up the mess she told you not to make. Okay, LaTasha. Why are you being weird to me? Why are you being weird to me? Okay, period. So here's the thing. There's another situation where Molly was right. Okay. Because in the middle of the season, when their friendship was severely on the rocks, Issa only connects with Molly to ask her to clean up her mess. My headliner dropped out. Your man works at Rock a Nation. And do we have a connect to get me a new headliner? Please, I need so much help. I really want to do this festival. And now this is using, let's argue. Now this is using Molly's relationship, which is now very important to her. And this precise ask, the ask, this is leaning directly into Molly's insecurity. That Issa, by history and by pattern, is a quirky, clumsy screw up that leans on her to clean up her mess. Molly is tired. I've been saying this since I got dragged. I was saying this since last year. Okay. So Molly and Andrew was already weird. And because Issa imposes the ask on Molly in her relationship, which she values, this actually leads Molly to communicate and fix her and Andrew's relationship. So imagine that. You and your man are not doing good. You come in, you fix it, y'all back good. You like this dude, you want him around. And now you're about to double down and ask for a favor for a friend who's most likely, by history and by pattern, gonna mess it up anyway. Now, here's what I wanted to come back to, because one of y'all said, oh, Molly don't see her new identity. Neither does Issa. Here we go. Molly tells Issa, hey, look, I'm real sorry, but I'm actually not going to ask him to do that. And Issa responds so easily, without even a thought. She responds, why, I broke up? Excuse me? You know why? Because the way Molly knows her friend by history and pattern, you're gonna screw this up and I'm gonna have to clean it up. Issa knows her friend. You always sabotage your romantic relationships. I'm positive the only reason why you didn't help me is because y'all didn't work out because you messed it up. And that's how heavy that line was. Why, y'all broke up? Issa knows that. She didn't even flinch. She knew that about her friend. Y'all broke up, right? Of course. Because I know you messed up all your romantic relationships. So Molly hears that and she's like, what? Like, excuse me? Because Molly is trying something new now. Now she's stepping into something new and communicating and taking accountability and listening and being patient and fixing it. Something that she's never done. Issa didn't see that. I guess it was fair for Molly to decline. That was her boundary. But when Nathan offered, I ain't ready to talk about it yet. We'll get there, Marissa. I'm telling you. Let's argue. I'm telling you. So now Molly is now assuming a new journey and a new identity, which Issa doesn't acknowledge and doesn't accept. So let's speed it up. Both things work out, right? The block party is a success, and so is Molly's relationship. But here's the thing. There's nothing like feeling like shit during a big win. Holla if you hear me, any creatives in the audience watching, because I have gone through that, where I had this huge win, but somebody is making me feel like shit in the moment. And that imbalance is so crazy. So I really understood where Issa was in that night. And this serves as this new season, these growing pains for Issa, right? And so when both friends hold each other accountable, you're just a screw up, you sabotage your relationships, they go on a proving spree, okay? Issa takes this whole day where she's trying to like help everyone in town and serve her community just to prove to Molly in her brain that she isn't selfish like she said. And Molly strings Andrew along with no plans of changing on her end to kind of prove to Issa in her mind that, hey, I don't sabotage my relationships. I'm not miserable. Look, I have a man. While not doing any of the work that would sustain a relationship. Okay. So, in trying to fix this mess, Molly resorts back to her old ways. She thinks, I'm here. She thinks being present is enough to carry and water relationships, right? And she doesn't put in the effort to both Issa and Andrew. Both of them are getting no effort on Molly's behalf. She also has a tendency to think that because y'all have history, that y'all should just keep going. Not trying to fix it, but just keeping you next to her because y'all know each other for this long. I don't understand people like that. I really don't. So Molly kind of resorts back to that old identity. She tried it out and it worked. But she still turned back into old Molly, but Issa stays new. Issa stayed new, right? And she continued her journey in her new identity. She's honest. She's transparent. She's communicative with Lawrence and with Nathan. Not quite Molly. She can't communicate still with Molly. Now, this whole asking Nathan instead of Molly thing, that was a loophole, and I disagree with the loophole. It was a loophole. It was like, you told me not to use you, Molly, so Nathan helped me, and you still used her man. For people that's like, I don't see what the problem is. If that were your man, you would. If that were your man, you would. Because that was Molly's, that relationship and that man was Molly's prized possession. And even if you didn't ask her directly, you still played with her toy. So I'm trying to set up an analogy. You still played with her man. That didn't sound any better. And that was it wasn't the boundary wasn't the ask from Molly. It wasn't Molly. It was the favor. And you got the favor from whoever it was with the man. The man and the favor was the boundary. So she still had access to it, but she found a roundabout way, which is her usual conniving self. She's been conniving for 4 seasons, guys. But she's likable and she's cute. And it's Issa. So we just kind of forgive. I didn't like it. I thought it was shady then, and I think it's shady now. And I get that she was in a bind, and this is the most important thing that's happened to her. But admit that it was shady. That whole like, what? Like, I hate when people do that. Like, you know what you did was shady, and you're just like, what? It's fine. We're fine, right? Like that. It's not even that you did it, but the fact that you're not saying that it was wrong. Like, come on, bro. Come on. If it was such a big deal, Molly should have told Andrew not to help her. But she didn't because she knew Andrew would disagree. Molly wants to be in control. That's an interesting take. That is an interesting take. I would have just helped my friend. I don't want to see my people fail, even if we're on weird terms at the moment. This thing, like, what you wanted to see me fail, and Issa did say that in this season. I don't think it was that. I don't think it was that at all. Again, Molly is estimating the end that she so often sees with Issa. You're going to mess this up. And if I put my man in that position, or if I allow him to help you and you mess it up, you affect him, because not only is this my man, but you're using his career to help you. So this isn't just some favor. Go stop Daniel while I'm over here with Lawrence. Come in the party lifts. Go to this is a bigger favor and a bigger mess, bigger causality, bigger consequences. This ain't homegirl asks no more. This is my man and his career. So if you would have used his hookup, use his homie, and then you did something stupid, that's going to make him look dumb to his clients. And he be mad at me. Like, and then I'm not getting Asian bait. Like you see, Like, no. It's not about wanting you to fail. It's like the mess is bigger and it's not worth it this time. Sorry. Was Molly mad because Issa went behind her back or because she didn't make it happen for Issa? I think it's about the behind the back thing. Like you specifically did the thing I said don't do. Molly wanted to be right so bad, even Andrew was trying to get Molly to see Issa's side. Andrew don't have the history in the background. That's your girl. Why don't you help her? It's deeper than that. And stop asking me questions. When I say no, it's a no. But she didn't say no. I get that. But like, Andrew doesn't have the context and the nuance to make an estimated guess, to make an opinion in the situation. He should have just sat there and ate his food. And Molly should have communicated. Period. Let's move on to Lawrence, who in season 4 is not being honest with himself. There's a huge disconnect between who he's presenting and where he actually is emotionally, right? I noticed this scene when he had the sleepover at Condola's house and there was like this blaring alarm waking her up. And it sounded like this war horn, right? Like this abrupt call to wake her up in this relationship, to wake her up. Something only wakes her up when something dire calls for her attention. This war horn going off in the morning. She slept through an emergency flood, she said. She ain't woke, okay? And here's the thing. Condola makes him feel like he needed to step his game up. He needed to be bigger for her, right? Something he didn't do with Issa. So here's a hot take. Here's my hot take. Is Condola a distraction for Lawrence's regret for not manning up in his relationship with Issa? Does Condola even actually exist to him? Does Lawrence even exist to himself? Who are you? You don't even know who you are, okay? Simba, you have to come home. We need you. You don't even know who you are. And if you can't see yourself, how could you see somebody else? Can I get an amen up in here? Like, come on. You're fighting so hard. You're projecting so hard because you're trying to make up for the man you weren't in your previous relationship. So who is this all about even? And he's projecting onto Condola the same way he projected onto Aparna, right? Okay, so you want your ex back? What's up? No, nigga. Do you want your ex back? Would you have her back if she didn't cheat? Goofy, stupid. She's the one over her, man. You're the one mad. What the hell? What the hell? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Okay, she's over her ex, and they broke up around the same time. Condola got a divorce a year and a half ago. Lawrence broke up with Issa a year ago. He's the one who got problems. Okay, here's another hot take. Y'all gonna like this one. Here's another hot take. Why are you bringing this back? Yo, you are really an OG viewer of Dissections. You are really an OG watcher. Lawrence is bum stain. Only the OGs know that. Praise, shout out to you. Here's another hot take. You know how I know Issa and Lawrence were made for each other? Because both of them were ill prepared for Condola. Oh, y'all made for each other. Both y'all had to step your game up when that woman stepped into the room. Period. Period. Huh? Y'all made for each other. Y'all couldn't keep up with a bitch like me. Who said that? Hernandez? Jocelyn Hernandez? Who said that? So the difference is Issa was performing for herself. Remember that yellow green plaid shirt, right? She wants to step up her game for her. She wants to be a better woman for her. Condola is sort of like this mentor. But Lawrence was performing for Condola, which is why he's always wearing her black and white. He's putting on her costume. Come on. If I could tell you how many niggas is wearing my costume right now trying to make a career, you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me. And so with that, it went from a bouch between them to an island. Look at them facing different directions. Look at them on different pages. Wearing her black and white. An island between them. This was such a beautiful shot, and I made sure to say it in last season's dissection. It was so beautiful. Here's another thing. When Lawrence meets Derek's baby, Derek tells him that this baby was not a part of the plan. It was not a part of the schedule. I wasn't prepared to be a father. I didn't know. And Lawrence is wearing that blue shirt while staring at Derek's baby, not knowing that was foreshadowing his new journey. You will be ill prepared to be a father. It's not in your schedule. It's not in your plans. Foreshadowing. So having a child while trying to deal with 2 failed relationships, right? Let's talk about that beautiful closure episode with Issa. Let's talk about it. Of course, when he goes on this date with Issa, he's dressed in Condola's black and white. Conversely, too, when he's with Condola, he's emotionally with Issa. It's a lot of you niggas. That's a lot of you niggas, okay? But what was so beautiful and revealing in this closure conversation between Lawrence and Issa was that so many things went unsaid, but projected due to assumptions, which helped the failure of their relationship originally, right? So we not knowing that that Lawrence blames Issa for him being a failure. Issa blaming herself for not being the help that Lawrence needed. Lawrence thinking that Daniel was a much bigger presence in Issa's life than an itch she needed to scratch. And Issa having absolutely no idea that he was seriously considering making her a wife. All these things that we didn't even know was at play. Y'all was in over your heads because y'all didn't even know. You were just with this person and not knowing them actually. Crazy. So now that we can breathe, what next? Now that we can breathe. Oh, oh God. Ah! Why? Feelings. Feelings. Period. Oh, 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 oh. Condola reminded him of everything he lacks. You broke my sink, nigga. You can't even fix my sink. Okay? B, do y'all think Lawrence impregnated Consuela on purpose as a way to keep some of that put togetherness that she has? I vote no, because he almost had a breakdown in learning the news. But y'all go ahead and argue. Please. Please. Yeah. Issa actually spent a lot of season 4 in red. A lot of it. And healing is not cute. Healing is not pretty. Moving on is not pretty. Even when you feel okay, that it's just still that residue. Heartbreak stain. So even when they're on this date, this really beautiful things happen when they're looking at a painting called Happiness Illustrated, right? And Issa's like, it's cool. I like it. And Lawrence goes, hell no, I don't fuck with it. I guess I just don't get it. He doesn't get happiness. Issa spends all season pleasing herself, What makes me happy? What choices can I make to serve and to please me? And Lawrence is like, I don't fuck with it. I guess I don't get it. You don't even know where to start. Okay? You have to give yourself permission. Issa gets it, Lawrence does not. So let's dive a little bit further into Lawrence's journey. Okay? Let's dive a little bit into Lawrence's journey, because when things are going really well with Issa and he's got a new job, somehow he's sad and heavy. These are the sad and heavy colors of that dead black girl in that TV show. Looking for LaToya with Rose Cranberry. Look at Issa, look how joyful she is. Look how heavy Lawrence is. There's something undiscovered. There's something he's not saying. Last season, I hypothesized that he knew Condola was pregnant right about here, but held off telling Issa for a little bit longer. That was my take. Because what is you so sad about? Please. His energy is so much different than hers when things are going well. Okay? But maybe this is foreshadowing for that void that he's going to leave, that hurt that he's going to bring, crashing her world down when things are just starting to go right. Okay? And so here's when I knew, because I do this, here's when I knew somebody was leaving. I knew it. Issa is sitting in front of a blue void. She will be on the way out to a new journey without Lawrence. And I called this before the Condola announcement. I was like, somebody's leaving. And my friend was like, isn't it just a door? She's just sitting in front of a door. I was like, okay. yeah, sure. Okay. Okay. And it really sucks because they both wanted Condola gone, but now she never will be. Tragic. And I knew that right about here. What is in Lawrence's house? Issa's Bouch and Condola's black and white. Both are here. So the series comes to an end. Issa and Molly, both now newly single with no distractions, have the opportunity and the space to rediscover each other as friends. In the same place it started 4 years ago, this Ethiopian restaurant. They was making inappropriate jokes about Arab people. We made it! Shit, y'all, this was 2 hours. I really did 2 hours. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna need that much time, but look at us. Look at us. We did it. I hated this low haircut. Now you done gave me the high top fade and now we resorted back to this. What job is this? Huh? I love that in the trailer for season 5. The friendship isn't back immediately, and that is a work in progress. Beautiful. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Wait, what did I miss? What pillow y'all talking about? Thank you so much, Noble B. We did it, y'all. We did it. So again, the Insecure season 5 review would happen every Monday in this very live show. It's only happening on patreon.com/JustLatasha. If you're not a patron, you will miss the live show. You can catch the rewatch on YouTube every Thursday. But obviously you want to be here, baby. So I will see y'all there. I'm excited for the return of season 5, final season. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please follow me on social media. I am JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. Jumping into the chat to see what y'all talking about. Lawrence is going to realize that Issa is the one that got away because he isn't proactive enough about his life. I do think it's selfish to have a baby by someone that is not in agreement. The only thing that makes it unselfish for me is that Condola was like, I actually don't need you here, but I am going to keep the child. So it's up to you, balls in your court, how active you want to be. But me and my baby, I left a note in the hallway. We gonna meet. Me and my daughter gonna be okay. Period. Okay. I don't know the gender of the baby. I was just going off Beyonce's. Um, the pillow that was between Issa and Martin. The fact that y'all call him Martin. The pillow that was between Issa and Martin. Oh, okay, okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Period. Listen to her. That's a good woman. Going back to Nathan, when he explains why he ghosted always irked me. You were depressed, but you could have communicated something. I think Issa even apologized when he explained he was still wrong. Nathan, lucky he talked like that. So I'd have been like, it's okay. Your bum ass. But he was actually seriously really broken. He really needs some help. Like, truly. But they are so cute together. I like seeing Nathan and Issa. They are super cute. Thank you so much, Neek. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait to Sunday. You know, we're going to be tweeting up a storm and talking about it, period. On Monday, it's going down. Okay. Thank y'all so much. I am signing out. What an incredible show. I will see you guys on Patreon for Insecure Season 5 and on the internet somewhere, okay? You guys are the best. Leave hearts up in the chat. Love you. Bye.